Forest Lawn has one of the world's largest collections of full-scale marble replicas of Michelangelo's work. Most of these are on display in the Great Mausoleum, including the Pietà, which was sculpted in Florence, Italy in 1930. It arrived in Glendale prior to the 1931 dedication of the Memorial Terrace, which is now the main level of this vast building. The original Pietà is the first of several masterpieces sculpted by Michelangelo. It was created in Rome from 1498 to 1499, a few years before his colossal statue of David in Florence. The artist was only 24 years old when he sculpted the Pietà from a single block of stone. The title, Pietà, is Italian for piety and compassion. The artwork shows Mary, a grieving mother, holding her son after the crucifixion. Looking closely at Forest Lawn's replica, we can see that the wounds on Christ's hands and feet are visible in the work, as is the wound on his chest, which he received from the lance of a Roman soldier. The purpose of the original artwork is similar to the replica at Forest Lawn. It was created as funerary art. A French cardinal living in Rome commissioned it for his tomb. The subject of the Pietà was much more common in parts of Northern Europe, including France and Germany, but the Gothic style of these Northern European examples differs greatly from Michelangelo's work. Carved from wood and limestone, then painted, they were gory and emphasized pain and suffering. The comparison with earlier statues shows the revolutionary nature of Michelangelo's work. He fused a Northern European subject with the classical style popular in Italy and evocative of ancient Roman sculpture. Mary's flowing drapery and composed facial expression allows her to appear heroic, yet pious and serene. The Pietà is not devoid of suffering and grief, but these emotions are relatively muted. Mary's head is tilted downward as she contemplates her son's sacrifice. A subtle hand gesture beckons viewers to quietly mourn with her. Through the interconnected figures, Michelangelo illustrates the unbreakable bond between parent and child. The one difference between the original sculpture and Forest Lawn's copy is the texture of the marble. The Pietà is Michelangelo's most polished sculpture, with a surface that resembles porcelain, while the replica at Forest Lawn is more matte in appearance. Aside from the finish, the sculpture at Forest Lawn recreates even the most minute details with remarkable accuracy. Look closely, and you'll notice the artist's signature, which is engraved on the sash that is draped diagonally across Mary's body. Translated from Latin, it reads, Michelangelo Buonarroti, Florentine, was making this. Interestingly, the Pietà is the only artwork that he ever signed. According to legend, the statue was wrongly attributed to a rival artist, which prompted Michelangelo to sneak into the chapel after dark and carve his name into the stone. But this is nothing more than a fable, as such a brazen act would have been considered a form of vandalism. Mary's sash was conceived to hold the signature, and he added it prior to completing the work. If you visit St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, you can still view the original sculpture, where it has been on display for centuries. But you'll have to contend with large crowds, and the sculpture can only be admired from a distance. It is behind bulletproof glass due to an incident in 1972 when a mentally unstable individual attacked the sculpture with a hammer. While the damage was severe, it has since been repaired. In the Great Mausoleum in Glendale, viewers can get a much closer look at the Pietà, and you can compare it to other sculptures from later in Michelangelo's career. It's not a bad way to prepare for your next trip to Italy, whenever that might be. Check back soon for more videos on Michelangelo, and let us know if you have any questions in the comment section below.